This is the third video I'm recording this morning. Good morning. This is Dominic with TheBackVlog. In the previous installment, Tokyo Ghoul Volume 3, Robin was chasing her tail and it was very loud. So I'm gonna try to have this as a distraction for her. So hopefully these next two videos that I still have to record, it's a little bit quieter. Here you go. Here you go. Take the whole thing. Take the whole thing. Okay. I'm gonna put this on the floor. It's filled with peanut butter. So I finished finally, after all these years, Ape Escape 3. It's not that I've been playing Ape Escape 3 for years. I've been playing the Ape Escape games for years. I played the first one a few years ago. Obviously, it's really, really good. It's a masterpiece. I love that game. And I really love 2 as well. I just played 2 at the end of last year. That was my Christmas vacation game. And you know, I finally got to Ape Escape 3. This one is my least favorite of the trilogy. I still really do like it though. Actually, I had notes written down. So Ape Escape 3. Oh, she's really liking that peanut butter bone now. Oh, she's in there. She's in there. They definitely upped the anime with this one. There's a lot of, like, I'm talking about like 4Kids TV, English dub style anime, shonen kind of stuff, where, I don't know, it's really cheesy, and it's really juvenile, but I think, you know, obviously with its target audience, I'm not the target audience for it, I just happen to love it. It definitely will boost the engagement of a child. Yeah, it's really cheesy. It's really fun though. I really like it. And the cinematics, like, you know, you do have the quirkiness of the anime style, but like the way that the cinematics look and the way that they're directed, like, they're really, really cool. I really love the PlayStation 2 era of cutscenes, and Ape Escape 3 is a shining example because, you know, these things are so flashy, but they're, I don't know, they're really neat, and they're so nostalgic. I didn't grow up with this game when I was a kid. I didn't grow up with any of the Ape Escape games when I was a kid, but honestly, I feel like I missed out, because this is the kind of stuff that I come back to PlayStation 2 games for. Like those freaking cutscenes, man, they're so good, and they're so funny. They're so funny. The writing in them and the vocal delivery, even though, like, I don't think the vocal delivery is bad. I think it's intentionally the way it is, which I think is a lot funnier that way. But yeah, it's a funny game. It's a badass game. One thing that this game you can tell. I never actually looked at the cover. So, I don't know if you can tell. I mean, you probably can tell when I show it to you. Ape Escape 3 has like a television and movie theme kind of thing going on. I don't remember the main character's name. The boy's name. Oh, and I don't have the manual. I have to get the manual for this game. You can see in on the TV, the big TV in the background, right where my finger's at, and then you can see his reflection in the lens of the camera, and I guess to the ape on the right of the one with the camera, all the way to the right on the side, I guess is it looks like a light reflector or something, and it's reflecting the boy protagonist of this game. There's so much going on here. That's so cool. Yeah, this game, Spectre has a television station, and he's brainwashing planet Earth, the Earthlings, with TV shows and movies. And Ape Escape 3 just spoofs pop culture, and it's wonderful, especially if you like know what they're spoofing. There were a lot of references that I didn't get, but the references that I did get, I was like, that is ridiculous. That is so funny, and it makes me wonder what else it is that they're spoofing, so I can get even more out of this game. There's also there's a feature in this game that like it's like before you catch any of the monkeys, you need to. I'm gonna talk about the monkey and ape debate in a little bit, but so you step on this little thing that it's like a movie camera. You activate a movie camera, and the apes / monkeys, they act out a scene from an existing IP, and then you can access the little spoof episodes from the. There's like a town where you can like buy all like the collectibles and stuff, and there's like a little movie theater in the town, and yeah, it's really cool. You can like watch all these things that you collected throughout the game. I also want to talk about the music of the game, because the track for the movie theater in particular, I really like that track. It gets stuck in my head a lot. It's really serene, and it's just really calming. I think it's a wonderful track. I think a lot of the music in this game is wonderful. I mean, that's been a lot like just Ape Escape in general. Like especially that first game. The first game soundtrack. Like I want to get that like on CD or vinyl or something. That's one of my favorite game soundtracks of all time. But yeah, also I don't know if it's the last. I think it's the last level. It's like another space station. The Ape Escape games always ends with Spectre's space station. But the music for that game is just, or for that level is just Gustav Holst's Planets, which I guess is, I guess it is like, it is royalty free, or public domain, because it is like super old. But I was not expecting to see or hear the first movement, I guess you would call it in classical music, of Planets. Which, I guess like they're kind of going for a Star Wars thing, and George Williams definitely, I don't want to say plagiarized Gustav Holst, but he definitely ripped them off. If you like the Star Wars music, you should listen to Gustav Holst's Planets. It's really good, and it sounds identical to Star Wars because it is. So yeah, if Ape Escape 3 is like, they want Star Wars music, but they can't license Star Wars music, the next best thing is to go to the source, because the source is public domain. I wasn't a big fan of the character designs of the two main characters. I mean, I guess the girl's pretty cool. I like her design, but I didn't really play as her. I was playing as the boy the whole time. But like, I don't like his hair. It's like poorly drawn Goku hair. And I don't like how big his shirt is. I wish they would have like his shirt looks like frilly, And if they're gonna make his shirt as big as it is, then like add some physics to it. Which I guess it's like an old game, but like you can do it. If you're gonna make the shirt like it look like a dress, then you better make that thing flow. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of the design of him. I don't like his sunglasses, his baseball tee. I don't know. You tell me what you think. He's up in the TV screen there. I don't know if you can see him. Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't a fan personally. I also did find myself getting a little burned out by the end of the game, and I think it's just because, I just came off of Ape Escape 2. But, with how short these things are, what I tend to do, and it's not the game's fault, what I tend to do is attack it as quickly as possible. So, like, I'll sit down and play for, like, an hour or two at a time, but the game is only like 7 hours, so you can get through it really quickly. But I think because of how frequently I played it, I don't know, I started to feel the repetition of the gameplay loop a little bit, but that's not the game's fault. That could just be, it could be me, it could be a symptom of the series as a whole. Like, I'm curious if I go back to Ape Escape 1, if I would feel that way about that. Because I did feel that way a little bit about Ape Escape 2, but I felt that with 3 more than anything. And I think maybe it's because when I played Ape Escape 2, it had been so many years since I played the first one, and I was so excited to get back to the Ape Escape. And now with Ape Escape 3, having just played 2 like 3 or 4 months ago, I don't know. I guess I just started to feel it a little bit. I think the new mechanics that they add in the game are really cool. That being the super suits. I think those designs are pretty cool, and the music tracks for those are really cool. And some of those things are just super useful, those suits. My favorite ones were, I really like the cowboy one, because it turns into basically like a rail, like on a rail shooter. You can use the right analog stick to basically just shoot forever. I liked the Power Ranger one, because you can go really fast, and it was really effective to get the apes with. I'm pretty sure there were 8 of them. So there was the Transformers one, the Transformers kind of looking one. There was the cowboy one. There was the genie one. I wasn't a fan of the genie one. I didn't like that one. There was the Kung Fu fighter. There was the ninja. There was the Power Rangers one. I don't remember. There was the knight. I don't remember. I really don't remember. I feel like the Power Rangers one and the cowboy one were my favorite, just because I found those the most useful. But yeah, I think that was a really neat addition to spice up the gameplay loop of Ape Escape 3. And like once you like hone in on that stuff, you can really take advantage of it. It was really fun. The last thing I want to talk about is probably one of the most fun things about Ape Escape 3. I don't remember how you unlock it, but I got Metal Gear Solid 3. Or I guess just Metal Gear Solid. I think you're going through like a version of Shadow Moses Island in Metal Gear Solid. But, it has like the same music and everything. Snake is there. It's not David Hayter, unfortunately. I wish it was David Hayter, but that is such a missed opportunity. But yeah, I wanted to talk about, this is going back to the ape and monkey debate. Ape Escape is a localized title for the Japanese Sara Getsu, or Getcha, which is like, I'm gonna get you, monkey, or something like that. And they keep calling the frickin' things in this game, they keep calling them monkeys, but they don't have tails. But the title is Saru Getcha, but the English title is Ape Escape. So are they apes or are they monkeys? They don't have tails, so that would suggest that they are apes. But why do they keep calling them monkeys? That being said, the reason that they call it, like, you have all these like Saru puns and all these, like, you have Metal Gear Solid. I don't know why as if you could read this. And I'm sure like this is common knowledge, but I think the title is really funny because, in Japanese, Metal Gear Solid is Metal Gear Solid. But because it's because it's monkey themed. It's Mesarugi Solid, which I think that's a really funny play on words in the Japanese language. Like, I don't know if that's like lost on a lot of people, but whenever I found out that Saru in Japan is monkey, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense why this thing is called Metal Gear Solid and why you have all these monkeys whose names are like Saru or something like that. Like, there's so many Saru puns. Metal Gear Solid in Ape Escape 3 is like, it's a mini game, but like it's a separate game. Like, it's not just like a one and done kind of thing. It's like you're going through basically like a mini version of a Metal Gear Solid game. Infiltration and bosses and everything. It's fun. It's good. Actually, this was something I wanted to talk about in my Metal Gear Solid Hideo Kojima's magnum opus video. I wanted to talk about seemingly how Konami seems to care about video games again. Given the Silent Hill revival. But also, you have all these re-releases like the Ninja Turtles stuff, the Suikoden stuff, and you have Metal Gear Solid Delta, which I think that's going to be really good despite Kojima's absence. I think David Hayter's coming back for that, so I'm really excited for that. And the reason I bring this up is because at the end of that trailer, we see an ape from Ape Escape. So when Ape Escape 3 came out, in Metal Gear Solid 3 there was a hidden mini game that you could unlock that I guess you could catch the monkeys in Ape Escape. I keep calling them apes or monkeys. They're forever from this point on and for the rest of my life. Those two terms are interchangeable, despite the fact that those are two different things. But Ape Escape 3 is paying homage to Metal Gear Solid, where Metal Gear Solid is doing the same thing for Ape Escape, and I think that's really cool. I don't think games really do that much nowadays. I think the state of Konami seems to be on a bright future, or a bright path. Here's to hoping they keep this momentum going, because right now it seems like they care about video games again. Maybe I'm wrong. I would like a discourse about this. If you're somebody who has a stake in the matter or an opinion on the matter, leave it in the comments. I would love to hear your opinions on Konami, because obviously fuck Konami, but Konami in 2025 is different from Konami in 2015, at least seemingly so. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's a disingenuous crash grab, but the Silent Hill 2 remake was really good. Silent Hill F looks really good. Yeah, I don't know. That was my discussion of Ape Escape 3, along with my subsequent discussion of the state of Konami. Bye.